The longest intro ever.
Yeah, seriously.
Having a light on a Friday night. Instead,
Why do we have such a long
now
intro?
Friday night AMA with your host, Showtime George.
Oh,
George.
Fucking In-A-Gadda-Da-Vida to open the show right there.
and that is the show. The intro is the entire fucking hour.
Hey, thanks for having me, guys. I'm really glad I paid extra for that.
So the backstory behind that, and we tell it every week because the guest laughs every time, is that I spent about $30 on Fiverr to embarrass George as best as possible, and I think it's the best $30 I've ever spent. George, I know we jumped right into it. I'll let you do the intros.
All right, Stoner. First off, your mic is muted. I don't know if you noticed that, but there you go.
Oh yeah, I mute it often. By the way, I'll do that all the time.
Okay, just want to make sure you knew. So welcome everybody to the Friday Night AMA. Clearly with us, we have the Fantasy Stoner. You could follow him on Twitter at Fantasy FB Stoner, I believe. Is that right? Yep, Fantasy FB Stoner.
That is correct.
You can also follow his content at The Undroppables. I believe that is a podcast. That
is a lot of stuff. That is a website.
It is.
A bunch of podcasts. We got some YouTube content coming up. Like, it's going to get crazy.
Fantastic. With me, as always, is BFTG Jason up here in the corner. Right below him, last but certainly not least, is the man, the myth, and the legend, Dirty Jobs Mike. Gentlemen, how y'all doing?
Hey, Mike.
Yo.
Below me.
I truly You have a mic below you. I'm doing good, man. It's exciting. It's another weekend of football. I think everybody, unless I missed an alert and the whole NFL had COVID again. I saw that kept happening during the day. So
I think all the COVID from this weekend was false positives.
False positives.
Oh my!
Does anybody believe that?
False positive. False positive means pro getting that money from those games, and we don't know how to solve these problems anymore. So just get your whiny asses out there and play.
I think the NFL's plan all along was to not really have a plan all along, and was to just wing it. And to just say, look, we'll just hit it as it comes. We'll shift if we have to. But ultimate goal was to keep making that money. I don't think they ever had a plan to do anything different.
So I'm for one, am never gonna accuse Roger Goodell of having a plan for anything. Right? that just seems to go against logic. So I'm not going to assume Roger Goodell planned for anything.
But I just felt like there's a handful of people that should be managing that type of situation. It's not just him. He should have people, all the owners should be telling him, like, dude, we need to be ready for shit hitting the fan. But at the end of the day, they're all about the shield and the dollar signs that come with it. So
I've been saying it for at least 3.5 weeks now. The NFL does not care about player safety. Like they legitimately don't care. It's all about advertising dollars. It's all about sponsorship. It's all about those TV deals. That is what the NFL cares about. If you needed proof they cared about player safety, we would not have had a game on Tuesday night with the Titans and the Bills. They would have canceled that after the 17th positive COVID case for Tennessee.
They for sure would have canceled it after Josh Norman got his ass sat down. Because whatever that was worse than COVID.
Well, I think they just canceled Josh Norman.
Bro.
Derrick
Derrick
Henry canceled.
Henry tossed a grown man like it was an empty, like he was a pillow.
He tossed him like Vance McDonald tossed Chris Conte a couple of years ago. Oh,
Yeah,
that
Derrick
was such a
Henry's
brutal
a
stiff arm.
beast.
So the story behind that Vance McDonald, Chris Conte, so that was his last play of the season. They put him on IR after that, right? It was like week 4 or week 5. He went on IR. He never came back. The next year, his contract had come up. The next year, he tried to come out and play and be be a walk-on and show up, and they wouldn't even let him on the field. The dude had to sit with the fans up in the stands in training camp. Vance McDonald ruined that dude's career.
Vance retired that dude, is what you're saying.
It's exactly what I'm saying.
I'm just looking at a play like that. Now, if I'm Josh Norman, I've struggled for years. I got paid a lot of money. I might pull Levante Davis at halftime. If I'm getting tossed around, I might retire. I might go home, and that's it. I'm calling it a day because I just got bullied, bro.
Reevaluate your life.
I don't blame Vontae Davis for going home. I would not have blamed Josh Norman for going home at halftime. If he would have walked into the locker room and said, "You know what, guys, fuck this. I'm done. I can't take this.
I just don't have it anymore.
I don't have it. It's not there."
Whatever I had is now on the ground where I landed. Like whatever I had left fell out of me right there on that spot.
His soul is there. His dignity landed there. His pride landed there. His wife probably left him for Derrick Henry at that moment.
I'm pretty sure I tweeted that out. His wife is filed for divorce before he hit the ground. and his kids called Derrick Henry dad now. I think I tweeted both of them.
No, I mean honestly, it's granddad because Derrick Henry is Josh Norman's father.
Valid. I gotta send that.
They went to court for divorce court. She just showed the judge the tape, and he's like, "Sorry, guy. Yep, you're done."
Usually we do 50-50.
I remember that. I took Derrick Henry at 108 that year.
Yep, he's like, "Oh, that was you."
You think Derrick Henry actually has to pay the alimony though? I got Mike to spit his drink out at least.
I think Josh Norman's paying Derrick Henry's bills for the rest of the year after that play.
I think so.
I don't doubt it at all.
I think we beat that dead horse like Derrick Henry beat Josh Norman. We could probably.
These things happen.
They do, unfortunately for him.
All right, so I got a couple of questions here for you, Stoner, that are coming off Twitter. For the most part, you've seen most of them already. Lindsay Yoke wants to know.
But having seen them doesn't mean I remember them.
This is true, but these ones were within the last half hour, so I'm hoping you can at least remember that.
Still giving me a lot of credit. But okay.
I got to prop you up. Okay. She wants to know, is Joe Flacco elite, and why is yes the answer?
Lindsay is like literally one of my favorite people in the world. I think she's hilarious. I love how she handles people that give her shit. Like, I just think she's dope. And Joe Flacco's elite because she told me he's elite. But I also, as a Niner fan, I can't disrespect him because he did beat my team in the Super Bowl in 2013. And he did, I'm almost certain, was MVP of that Super Bowl. When the lights went out in the Superdome or wherever the hell that was. So I can't really disrespect him and say he's not. I mean, elite quarterbacks win multiple Super Bowls, right? Did Joe Flacco win more than one Super Bowl? Or was it just the one?
I think it was just the one.
Yep.
I think it was just the one.
So I have to object to him calling Eli Manning elite, though.
Maybe he's borderline. I mean, look, how many quarterbacks have won multiple Super Bowls though? So there has to be some category for that level of eliteness because that doesn't happen very often, right?
I think you can win. I think you can win a Super Bowl as a quarterback and not be elite.
Right.
I mean,
but can you
Trent
do it?
Dilfer's done it.
But can you do it multiple times? That's what I'm saying. Like, if you're a multiple time winner, there's something different there. Like, you played a part in that. That's why I didn't remember if Flacco had won one or two, but you're right. It was Dilfer, and then Flacco won in 2013, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, I think Flacco is not elite. I know she loves him, so I'll always agree with her. I mean, the answer is yes, he's elite there.
All right, we got a very.
But for the rest of the world, the answer is no.
Yes, for just Lindsay.
I love you. I heart you, Lindsay.
Yeah, dude. Me too. You're a heck of a person. She's been on the show a couple of times with me before. She's been in my pro-am a couple times. Lindsay OK is okay by me.
She's so fun, dude. I love her.
She really
and just remember, if you're gonna invite her on the show, spell her name properly.
Yeah, that's important, right? It's with an E. It's with an EY, not an AY.
And if she did come on the show, don't be laying in bed while you're doing it. How about that?
Listen, I'm in bed for you, bud.
For me.
This is all for you. Last week I was on a desk. This is for you.
On a desk or at a desk? That's
both.
I ended up on the desk.
Listen,
the last one.
Just wait till we get to that point of the show. You don't know what segments. You don't know what segments we got.
We sent him a show sheet, but he probably didn't look at it.
No,
so.
If you had looked at the show sheet, you'd have seen me on the desk. It's a precursor.
I still need an assistant. I don't pay well, but I pay really good weed though.
I will be your assistant.
But you got one. What's the tax on weed like in California?
It's super high, man. But there's a lot of places that don't charge it. Like my dude that I get flour from, it's $50 for an eighth. He doesn't tax me anything, He had a shop that it had a sign called Brothers Construction. He thought it was a construction office. It was his little
those
shop.
are 90 prices. Isn't 58 prices?
Yeah, I mean, and his is literally the best flour I've ever had in my entire life. I've been
getting okay. Well, if it's worth that $50, I guess I got you.
I mean, me as a daily smoker, I take 2 or 3 bong rips, and I'm super stoned. Like every time, it never fails.
There you go.
But yeah, I mean, some of the shops I go to for tanks, for cartridges, some of them charge you the full 32% or whatever the outrageous number is.
Oof.
And then some of them kind of cut into it and only charge you half of it, so they kind of eat into their profit. It just really depends, I think.
Have you ever made your way up into Colorado by chance?
No. I mean, I've driven through Colorado, but
no. I mean, since it's been legal and everything like that, you can go to the dispensaries there. Oh man, it's like a mecca up there now. It's fantastic.
Come to California.
Yeah. See, I mean, I've been to both. I've been to California. I've been to Oregon. I've been to Colorado. But I used to live right outside of Colorado.
Yeah, my guy's stuff is literally. I will put it up in a fucking Pepsi challenge with anyone.
I like Pepsi challenges that involve stuff like this.
Yeah, there's no question. I mean, there's no question. I put it up against anyone. I don't even tell him. I tell him, hey, this is how. He knows what I like, so it's easy. When I say, hey, what do you got? He just gives me suggestions, and he knows how I like to feel. But if I have someone who has anxiety and they need to stop taking Xanax, he's like, oh, I got this Norbub over here, this Northern Lights Bubba Kush strain that will stop.
Cool.
We'll stop people from taking Xanax.
Right?
Literally, he's not like a janky dude. He'll help you with your shit. I mean, he has stuff that nobody else has. That's the best part of it. Like Norbub is his strain.
Those are the person to hold on to.
And the person that I sent it to is not taking Xanax, I don't think, since. When they smoke that shit, it stops them from taking Xanax. So
that's huge there. That's a big deal to me. Especially because, gosh dang, why aren't we replacing this for so many things right now that it could replace? I'm not saying it's going to be a cure-all, end-all of everything. No. I mean, we're all wise here. We're all smart enough to know that. But things like anxiety, depression, hunger, there's about 1 billion I could throw in here right here that it's just perfect for it.
Why do you need to take Percocets and Oxys when you can just smoke some weed or take some edibles or some shit like
Boom.
Exactly. It's all about the money. It's all about the money. Correct. So
It's all about the pharmaceuticals getting paid.
that's right. Yeah, Big Pharma. Big Pharma runs. It's
Listen,
one of the like four businesses that run the country, right?
Much
Yep.
like the NFL, the pharmacy industry is going to play.
I'm pretty sure.
They're going
Pretty
to
sure
play.
the NFL is one of the other industries that run the country, but
Right.
we'll talk about that later. What's the next question? You said you had a question lined up after the
Flats
Joe
or drums?
Flacco. What?
Flats or drums? Wings.
Flats and drums. I like both, man. I'm a both kind of guy. I like having the combination. I don't have a preference.
But okay, how about this? Bone in or bone out?
The bone out is just a chicken tender, bro. Yeah.
Adult
think I
chicken
talked about
nuggets.
that. Yeah, these dudes literally. I was in Buffalo Wild Wings last night. Had a couple beers, and the dudes that sat next to me were all like they had just come from the gym. They were wearing tank tops, and their shirt said like CrossFit Guru or some dumb shit on it. And they ordered their food, and their food came back, and it was like boneless wings. And they were like, I was like, what'd you get? Did you get the fucking hot, bro? And they were like, no, we just got the mild. And I was like, the fuck, man?
Why are you even working out, dude?
Do people that eat boneless wings do CrossFit? That's why I had a question mark at the end of it. Like I literally said it with an upward inflection. So I tweeted it out with a question mark, and nobody really questioned why I asked. Like I was literally asking, do these people do CrossFit? Because that's how it seemed yesterday. Yeah, fuck that. Nah, the bone in, baby. Come on.
I can say for a fact there's probably 4 people on the show who've never done CrossFit.
Never CrossFit.
No.
No. Way too
No.
much.
But listen, if I get some boneless wings at the end, maybe I guess I'll give it a shot.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right, we got a fantasy football question here. Traded away Gurley for CEH and Chris Godwin. What do you think?
This is a fantasy football related show. I think whoever traded CH and Godwin was on some serious fucking crack.
I agree as well.
I mean, no disrespect. Like, I don't get that trade at all.
No.
So yeah, congratulations to you if you made that deal.
Good job,
Thank you.
Oswaldo. Good grab.
Bob's joined us again this week. Says thanks again for jumping in last night as a proxy. You're welcome, Bob. Not a problem.
Bob looks like he's running for city council.
He does.
He's running for mayor. Bob is the mayor of his town.
He's running for mayor of Pawnee.
We should all just vote for Bob for president. We should kind of push that. Because, I mean, looking at who we got right now, I think we could get Bob. I mean, I don't even know you from anybody, Bob, but you got the face that I think we can make a winner out of you. Let's do it. Bob Gilchrist, president, 2020.
Dude, why is Bob talking about the Patriots and COVID? We already talked about that. Vote for Bob. There it is. Who's Bob? Vote for Bill O'Brien. Bill O'Brien. There it is.
We got DJ Please with us. What's up, homies? Hey, what's going on, Al?
That's not a question.
No, it's not. It absolutely is not. Let me see.
You got to get Al a shout out, though.
Why does Bob keep saying the same thing?
Al, you got to DM me on Twitter. I got an idea. Hit me up on Twitter.
Here we go. Here's a good one. Is gravy a condiment?
No. I mean,
is it a topping?
I'm not gonna call it a condiment. I think if it's a condiment, it's in a special section of condiments. Because a condiment is, hot sauce, barbecue sauce, ketchup, mustard.
Well,
when you go down the condiment aisle, I don't see gravy, right?
Yeah, there's no gravy in the condiment aisle.
Is gravy a sauce?
Gravy, I was just going to say I would consider gravy to be more like a pasta sauce than it would be a condiment. Yeah. So I would put it in the sauce aisle. And as an Italian, we actually call sauce gravy. I'm not Italian, but I grew up around them. We call sauce gravy in South Philly. The homemade pasta sauce they called gravy. That's So I call it a gravy. I call gravy a sauce. And salsa gravy. It's fucking gnarly how that works out. It's like philosophy.
You just
I'm
blew
like,
my mind, man.
I'm like Socrates out here tonight. Jesus. Plato couldn't keep up with this. What else we got?
Just the girl wants to know, what's your go-to munchie food?
Man, that's a tough one. Is that for me or for everyone?
I'm going to say that's for you and Mike.
I have a few. I'm weird. I really like eating Caesar salad when I'm really high. Like if I really have like a dank set of munchies and I'm hungry, I'll go for a Caesar salad. But I mean, if it's just regular munchie food, I like snacks like fucking hot Cheetos and Oreos and half-baked Ben and Jerry's ice cream.
Oh, there you go.
Nice.
Oh,
That's a good list right there. I was going to say something, and I can't even remember what because of what you just said right there. I'm like, man, I want me some Ben & Jerry's half-baked ice cream now. Real fast. Me and my buddy, rest in peace, Justin, but me and him used to always have a saying that was anything fruity is good when you're stoned. So anything fruity. I mean, that could be fake fruity. That could be real fruit. That could be anything that fits in that category. But right now, all that I'm thinking is Ben & Jerry's half-baked ice cream.
You're not wrong, because those little Welch's fruit snacks, those things always slap.
They do. They do.
You want to talk about it? I had a pack of Gushers for the first time in a decade. Fucking fruit Gushers are
still good.
It's that artificial stuff inside there when that hits your mouth. Oh my goodness.
Did you have a Gusher in your pants after you ate them as well?
I wasn't wearing pants.
Yeah. Full disclosure, I'm also a 12-year-old boy.
Yes.
Mentally, I'm a 12-year-old.
That's okay. I think if you add up all of us, we all have the mentality of a 12-year-old.
Yes.
So,
hey, who's this Bob guy that keeps wanting me to follow him? What is
Bob Gilchrist. He's actually a pretty good dude. He joins us every week. He runs a bunch of fantasy leagues. He says he'll run for president if you follow him. So far, you've eluded him.
I mean, here's the thing, though. What can he bring to the table that, I don't know, Kanye can't bring to the table?
I mean sanity.
Yeah, and I forgot Kanye was running. Sorry, Bob.
Yeah. Like,
Easy 2020.
That's what I'm saying. If you can't beat the Yeezys in 2020, why are you even going to run? Just save it for another 4 years.
Listen, 4 years from now, The Rock's going to run next time.
I literally said that 4 years ago.
I think Terry Crews should run. I think that would be hilarious if Terry Crews ran just because of Idiocracy and everything like that. Just have him run for president.
I'd vote for those pecs dancing.
All right.
Ooh, I would vote for him just because he played the cheeseburger guy in the longest yard.
Give me
back my McDouble.
Isn't he the dude from White Girls too?
I think
so. Yeah.
And I miss you.
He was also Blended. He was the guy who from that band. You never saw it with Adam Sandler?
20, yes.
No, man, I stopped watching Adam Sandler movies like a long time ago.
And you said you're a goddamn stoner. You're a liar.
I am. I stopped. Adam Sandler's the problem, though. That's the problem.
Yeah. Dude, too much Adam Sandler's not even funny. No, you get used to it when you're baked.
I spent one Saturday watching a fucking TV show called Alone.
I love that show.
Where they take people out to fucking Patagonia and just drop them off and say,
yes.
Hope you survive. Hope you brought the right 10 items to live for I don't know how many days. And it's ridiculous, man. This lady built a house in a day. She built a house.
Yeah. Dude, there's some legit cool people on that thing.
Bro.
I love the ending of that thing too when the person is standing there talking on camera.
It's so goddamn emotional, man.
Yeah, it is, man. It gets you every time. I don't care who you are.
So,
Because
my
you
favorite.
know that's the worst part is that emotional. I mean, granted, the physical shit sucks, right?
Right.
But that like being alone like for 70 days
Yeah.
fucks your head up, dude.
Bad too.
My favorite part of that whole show was the first season, episode 1. I put it on and we're watching it, and they go through like how they were training for it and showing all the backstories. And there's this one dude, he was a military guy, and he's like, "I've trained my whole life for this. I'm gonna last 100 days. I'm gonna be a dude." He got
quit the
there,
first
saw
day,
it.
right?
Dude, 1 hour in, he saw some bear shit and called him like, "Dude, I didn't come out here to get eat by no bears. Fucking come get me." I'm like, okay.
He
Down
must have
to
been in the Air
9.
Force.
Down
He
to
had to have
9.
been in the Air Force.
He was in the Coast Guard, bro. Come on.
I can
offense
tell
to
you.
Coast
I
Guard
can tell you
people
now.
out
He
there.
was no Marine for sure. He was not a Marine.
So
Definitely not
this
a Navy SEAL.
this most recent one, this dude, and I won't say who won it, but this dude that got pretty far in it. If you guys haven't watched it, the show's fucking phenomenal. This dude's like kills an ox with a fucking hand knife, like a small, like fold out fucking knife, and he has food.
That's what I'm there for, dude. Like that's what I wanted to see, and I didn't see enough of that, man.
So the season that just came out, man, watch that. This dude like ran over. He hit him with a bow and arrow. So the damn thing was wounded, but it was
And then he
just like surviving. But
shanked him like prison.
yeah,
What?
Yep. He just ran over, shanked him,
Crazy.
and then later in the episode or later in the season, he was using the brains to like oil up his gloves. Like this guy was a goddamn
He
mountain
won, right?
man.
Please tell me he won.
I can't disclose because I don't want to give it away for the people that haven't seen it yet. But yeah, he won.
Damn. Oh yeah, but yeah, he definitely. I mean, he won, dude. You're not oiling up your gloves.
You're
and
not
losing.
beating that
Let's
guy.
be
You're not
real.
beating that guy.
But there
He
was
built-
one where the dude caught like I forget what he caught. He caught man, it was a boar. It was an animal, but the Wolverines kept getting all his food. And then like at one point he killed a Wolverine. Like it was gnarly. You didn't see it, but you heard the Wolverine fight. And then like the next show it pops up and he's got the Wolverine's like head all scalped. And I was like, yes, I want that. And that's why I kept watching, and man, it just wasn't like that the whole time. I was disappointed. I didn't want to look for anything else to watch because it just kept playing.
Right.
That's
So
the show. I like it a lot.
there was a season where they had like 2 people. Like you go out, you weren't alone, you were with a partner. And like they started one person at their camp and another person they had to find them. That shit was cool because like the one dude like set up the greatest house ever, had all his shit together, found water and a food source, and the dude fell down and his partner fell down and hurt his back, and they had to come get him and go, "Hey, you guys are out of here." And he's like, "God damn it, I'm set up."
That happened to like 8 different people though too. Like 8 different people went home on the very first episode.
Bro,
like with
that first kid broke his ankle or hurt his ankle or whatever.
Yeah.
I remember that.
there was also
But
the guy that called from the camp. He called from the camp, and the guy like walks up and he finds out that they're leaving, and he's like, "What the hell, man? I just walked through hell and high." Like, and the guy's like, "Yeah, I know there was a bear or something like that. I can't remember what it was." And
That was the couple that built like the most ridiculous house. I mean, they were ready to live there forever, and then at some point they just said, "Hey, it's time to go." Right? That was very odd for me because they should have won. Like, there was no reason that they shouldn't have won.
I always say like the person with the most extravagant house fucking leaves because he just gets bored. Like if you're not worried about like staying warm and shit, like it seems like there was a dude a couple years ago who like got to the point where his house was perfect, his food was perfect, everything was good. He was carving shit into making like games he could play, fake bull. And then like one episode later, the dude goes home because like he's doing all that shit because he has nothing else.
Literally out of nowhere.
Yeah,
like, he's just like, yeah, I'm ready to go now. I think I'm gonna stop running now. He was like Forrest Gump. I'm gonna stop running now. I'm gonna go home.
Fuck $250K on board. Like what?
Fuck. But
I mean,
yo,
listen,
that one with the partners, it was the dude who was like building the shelter that fucking slipped on the rocks and like couldn't move. I was like, this fucking asshole, because for 3 episodes or like for an episode and a half, his brother was like, man, I need to get to my brother. He's so fucking clumsy. I'm worried he's going to fall. He said it like 4, 5, 6 times. And then his brother fucking falls. And he's like, God, I can't move my legs. And I'm mad at the dude because he's an asshole. But I'm like, man, he's paralyzed.
Right.
That's fucked up.
Right.
Yeah, that's so I spend a lot of time watching dumb shit like that. I also love true crime shows. It's like the most ridiculous guilty pleasure of mine. Like ID Go should sponsor me. They should fucking just give me money. I pump all their shows. Evil Lives Here is the fucking most realest show you'll ever watch.
I'm a fan of Impractical Jokers. I have to watch that shit all the time. I can't not. And you know what it is I always tell myself I would do that. I could do that, no problem.
Yeah, just being in public, being a dick, and fucking with people.
Yep.
Yeah, I do that too. I mean, I literally do that all the time.
It's kind of. Go ahead, George.
I was gonna say. So speaking of movies and shows, Al wants to know best show / movie to watch while stoned.
I mean, obviously you want to look for some comedies. If you're looking for some recs that maybe aren't normal, like Office and Parks and Rec type stuff. That's what
he's got down.
Yeah, something I really got into and I thought was amazingly funny, but also kind of real was a show on FX called Dave. It's about Lil Dicky, a white rapper. Show's goddamn hilarious. Actually, FX, like any shows on FX are bomb right now. If you want to get into something, watch Fargo. Like that show will fuck your brain up, and it's funny as shit, but it's also kind of violent. So that should have fucked you up. But also, like, I loved Ben and Jerry's Half Baked Ice Cream. I also love Half Baked. Like, that movie is fucking tremendous. You can watch that all day, every day. Friday is an easy one, but Dazed and Confused was always one I used to go back to back in the day. But now I'm more of a binge watching a show kind of dude. Like, all right. My guilty pleasure show, besides my murder shit, is the Great British Bacon Show on Netflix. Just fucking trust me. Trust me. British people are so nice, dude. It is such a ridiculous difference from like American cooking shows. I remember, I'm gonna give you an example. On an American cooking show, if Jason's fucking bread failed to rise, and he'd be fucked, right? I'd be in the corner laughing because my bread looks dank as fuck in the oven. Your shit all fucking looking all sad and shit. But on the British show, they're like, oh no, Jason's stuff is all messed up. Let's help him create a new batch and get more in the oven. Like, they kind of work together. So, of course, they all want to win, but they're not like trying to backstab people and be dicks. But honestly, the stuff they make looks so goddamn good. Goddamn, it looks so good, bro.
You know how I can tell you that I know that British people are way better or nicer than us is if you ever watch.
You were right the first time. They're better than us.
If you ever watch, if you ever watch Gordon Ramsay on a British version of his show, he's like a decent human being trying to be nice, and that's because that British audience, that's what they fucking want. The American audience wants people to call. People want him to call you an idiot sandwich. Like, it's totally. That's exactly like you watch him. He goes into a kitchen nightmare scenario in Britain, and he's like, listen, I'm seeing mold, and I saw a rat, and we need to get this cleaned up. Let's get this taken care of. And in the U.S. version, he's like, shut it down.
Burn this place to the ground.
What the fuck is this?
Why did the chicken cross the road? Because it was fucking raw. That dude's great, though. Let's be honest. His character on those American versions are fucking phenomenal.
It's amazing.
Yeah, anything with Gordon Ramsay, I'm pretty much down to watch.
Heck yeah. I gotta say, another good stoner movie that like almost nobody knows about and nobody's ever heard of is Coffee Town. It's like a Showtime original, man. It's got dude from Always Sunny in Philadelphia, and another dude from
a great show to watch, by the way.
Great, yeah. Sunny in Philadelphia is fantastic. It's got Dennis from that. It's got the dude that plays gosh dang it, I can't remember on Parks and Rec, but he's the crazy dude that's Aziz Ansari's best friend, right? Like is always getting into trouble. He's got the crazy ass sister. He's in it too.
Pills, baby.
Yep, yeah, exactly. Because I'm broke as hell.
Yeah. I'm the worst.
Yeah, that guy, dude.
Best,
And it's a funny ass movie. That's a really good movie. If you've never seen it, dude, go check that shit out. Coffee Town.
I will check that out. And if some people have been telling me about a show called The Boys. Have you guys seen that?
Yes.
That's amazing.
I was watching it earlier today.
Really? I hear it's phenomenal.
It is absolutely fucking amazing.
It is if superheroes actually existed in a corporate, greedy America.
Yes.
It is
I love it.
fucking amazing.
Yeah,
that's an Amazon Prime show, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just for those listening and wondering and needing, Amazon clearly needs to have some free advertisement.
We're trying to get them to sponsor the show here. So
yeah, Jeff Bezos, go fuck yourself.
Oh, there goes that sponsor. No, that that show is that dude. Like, it's funny and disgusting and fucking disturbing and just everything you'd want. Just everything you'd want from a superhero that you never get.
Did you guys see Hunters? The Hunters with Pacino?
No, I haven't seen it yet.
On Amazon Prime.
No, not yet.
It's about Nazi hunters in the United States. Post World War II.
I wanted to check it out, and then I forgot all about it.
So it's really fantastic. You get Pacino for like 10 or 11 episodes with a Jewish accent, which is great. But
that alone is worth the price of admission.
It's a roller coaster, man. Like you get the action and the violence and whatever, and it's funny. Fucking even Ted Mosby from fucking How I Met Your Mother is in it, and you hate him because he's Ted Mosby. But then after a couple episodes, you're like, all right, I don't hate him as much anymore. This guy's okay. But it's really good. There's a couple of fucking really emotional parts, but I'd recommend that. I hear if I don't know, I think you'll like it.
Okay. You'll like it. I'll check it out. You know what? We've been going back and rewatching because my daughter was too young or not born when it first came out and too young. You ever watch the show? She
wasn't born yet, Jason.
You ever watch the show Scrubs?
Scrubs. I did watch Scrubs a little bit.
Dude, that show, I still cry laugh. I still cry laugh at that show.
There are a couple shows. Are there any? Is that your go-to? Like if you just need to kind of throw something on in the background to mellow out.
That's one of them for sure. I mean, lately it's just been Impractical Jokers, just like it's in the background.
What mine is.
My son loves watching it. He's 8 and it's not dirty enough that it's bad for him, but it's funny enough that he laughs at it. So that's the one. Just if I'm just flipping around the channels, I'll stop there. But yeah, if we're gonna watch something like we took my daughter through all the Harry Potters because she'd never seen them, and then
there he is. Sorry.
And then we just did all the Star Wars. So we were like, we're trying to get her. Nice. Yeah, we're trying to get her through like all the stuff that we really dug, like growing up and like.
My kids and I are in the process of rewatching all the Avengers movies in order of release. Because, my older one, he's seen, I think, most, if not all of them. But the youngest one, who just turned 11, he'd only, thank you. You're welcome. He'd only seen some of the, you can get on camera with me if you want. She just gave me the finger. She loves me.
She loves you, clearly.
Yeah, she's super cute, too. I would date that girl in a heartbeat. Yeah, he's only seen some of the newer ones and hasn't even really seen them all. So he's kind of stoked. We went back and started from Iron Man, which when we first started watching it, I realized actually came out before he was born. which I thought was pretty gnarly. Like,
Yeah, that blows you
look,
away, right?
Iron Man is older than you, and he just the whole time was like, man, how did I not watch this before? Like, he
So-
was stoked on Iron Man.
So why didn't you watch them in the
Thank you.
order that in chronological order of the shows? Like, not that because they're released out of order.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
the first adventure is the first one.
I actually, eventually we're probably going to end up doing it that way as well. But I think I wanted Jack to kind of experience it
The way
as
you
they
did.
were,
Yeah.
as they were delivered for everyone else, and
Okay.
so he can put the orders together, and because it's fun when the pieces start coming together. He's like, wait a minute, isn't that from that? You know what I mean? But if you do it chronologically, it's telling a story for him. He's 11.
Yeah.
Let's
Yep.
get the kid a little fucking critical thinking. He hasn't been in a goddamn classroom since March.
let
in the school
him
of-
use that brain of his for a little
Yeah.
bit.
The Stoner School of Life, baby. That's what he's studying at right now.
Yeah. So you talked about he wasn't born for Iron Man. Like, I found out my wife was pregnant with my son after we had watched the Avengers. Like,
So that's fucking dope. I mean, that movie is 10 times better for you now.
yeah. So
And people ask me what my favorite Disney movie is, and I often lie, but the real answer is The Lion King.
That's one of my favorite as well.
I
I'll admit
often
that.
lie and I'll say Cars or The Incredibles, but the real answer is The Lion King. And the reason is the first night I hung out with the person I'm divorcing but was married to for almost 20 years, the first night we hung out, that's what we watched. So that will always be my favorite Disney movie for that same fucking reason. Hey, there's a little heart to heart with the Stoner. Welcome.
Heck yeah.
Absolutely.
That was deep.
She's a fucking cunt now. Fuck her.
Yeah.
well, that sweet moment turned sour real quick.
That's what I do, baby.
So I've been told I have to ask you about your Notre Dame story.
I don't know what Notre Dame story she's talking about.
Well, that's the answer.
I have no idea.
That's as bad
I
a
have
good
no
a story as
idea
I would have
what-
expected.
I mean, I know that someone actually did ask a question on Twitter earlier about how did I graduate from USC, but I'm a Notre Dame fan. Do you remember seeing that question?
Yeah, it's the same
Or-
person. It's Fallon.
Or did I just make that up? Oh, so
Nope.
maybe that's
It's the same
Yeah.
person.
all right. So it's actually the reverse order. I grew up a huge Notre Dame fan. When I was 18, I got this leprechaun tattooed on my arm. I'm a huge Notre Dame fan. Jerome Bettis, he's my dude. Will always be my favorite offensive Notre Dame player of all time. Bryant Young will always be my favorite defensive player. Manti Te'o will always be my favorite fucking what the fuck happened to you, dude, player. I always will love Notre Dame. As a non-traditional ass student, I decided to go back to school in my mid to late 30s. I enrolled at a community college here in Orange County. I went there for 3 semesters. I crushed a 4.0 and decided I'm just going to apply to USC because my sister-in-law had graduated from USC and my soon-to-be, my pending ex-wife was actively a student there. So when she got into USC, I was like, ooh, I think I should go back to college. That's something I fucked up on way back in the day. So I ended up going back to the community college, getting accepted to USC after 3 semesters there. So I became a USC student long after I was a Notre Dame fan. And you could my ex-wife fucking literally almost killed me on the day of her orientation. We were in this little cult-like meeting at, where they're fucking teaching you the little fight on fucking USC cult stuff. And at a pause in the action, like when the band stopped, I yelled, "Go Irish," in a fucking I swear to God, in a silent auditorium, I said, "Go Irish." but thought I was saying it only to her. Yeah, my shit echoes, dude. The fucking death stares I got were ridiculous. But I ended up going to USC. Had classes with guys like Zach Banner, who's one of my homies. Zach still owes me a steak dinner from a Notre Dame USC bet we made. Adoree Jackson, I used to talk shit to him all the time in class. 1 year, talked shit to him so bad 1 week. And then fucking Friday night, I texted him and I was like, yo, I'm bringing my son to the game tomorrow. Please take it easy on my squad. And he responded with, I'll see what I can do. That motherfucker went on to score 3 touchdowns that day. Rainy in one of the only rainy days in Southern California that year, in a rainy game at the Coliseum. I think Josh Adams broke like an 80-something yard run for Notre Dame in the beginning of the game, and then the fucking clouds rolled in and it started raining, and Adoree Jackson just crushed us. I think he ran a punt back, a kickoff back, and like took a pass on offense like 70 yards for a touchdown or 50 yards. He just crushed us. And at one point, he fucking looks up at us in the stands and just fucking like gives me the finger. And then Monday, he comes into class and he's just sitting next to me with a fucking shit-eating grin on his face. So great kid though, love Adoree. I think he's fantastic.
So going back to that Derrick Henry thing, is Adoree Jackson your dad's son now, or your son's dad now?
Hell no. But I got fun USC stories. Like I was once walking through campus and I bumped into someone and knocked him into a fire truck that just happened to be like parked on campus. And I was like, dude, my bad. I'm sorry. And I like helped him up. And I looked at him. I was like, that's fucking Marquise Lee. I just like knocked Marquise Lee into a fucking fire truck. Yeah, it was ridiculous.
Awesome.
Yeah, so, and even more so. So when I was there, I worked at the film school. Like, so I was a student and I was fucking doing part-time work at the film school, working at the operations office. USC Film School is like the fucking most dang film school in the world. I got to meet like Bryan Cranston one day. Like it was dope. James Franco. Told James Franco to go clean up a fucking boxes of donuts that he left in the fucking classroom because he's a cunt. Yeah, fuck you, James Franco. You pretentious little fucking cunt. Your characters are dope, but your real life persona, fuck you. But Rudy.
There goes that guest.
Rudy Rudiger.
I had James scheduled for next week too. Fuck.
Yeah, bring me on. I'll talk to him. I'll ask him to try to hang out with all the girls after class. Yeah, we can talk about that. But Rudy was one of the dudes that worked on the movie Rudy. He did the soundtrack stuff. He did a lot of soundtrack stuff. Was a professor at SC. So he used to bring Rudy, the actual fucking Rudy Rudiger, into his classroom to fucking talk about music for the fucking film and whatever. So my job at times when classes were over was to go make sure the rooms were set up nice and then lock them up for tomorrow. And they were still in there. So I was kind of waiting, but I knew the TA and she was like, oh shit, you're a Notre Dame fan. Come in. Do you know who this is? And I look over and I was like, is that Rudy? And she's like, oh yeah, that's Rudy. So she grabs me and brings me over and she pulls my sleeve up and she shows him my leprechaun tattoo. So he grabs the fucking magic marker and he signs it.
Oh, so you got it tatted.
So I went and got Rudy's signature tattooed right there on my leprechaun that night and drove to Hollywood and got a tattoo done.
You know, if I ever met Rudy, I don't know if I couldn't not chant Rudy.
It was ridiculous. He literally, probably all the time. I mean,
right. I bet he's like very inspired all the time. Like, yeah,
he's a character, bro. He brings stacks of pictures with him wherever he goes to speak. Like, he wants to sign autographs. It's not like, sure, I'll stay after class and do it because everybody wants me to. He's like, oh, I'll be down here signing these pictures. Come and get one. He's one of them. Like, he loves that attention. So he'd grab a huge boner if when people start chanting Rudy. But he grabbed my arm. He's like, you know what? I've never signed one of these before. And he fucking signed it.
That's
and I
cool
was
as shit.
like, it's 8 p.m. and I got to be here for 2 more hours. So I went and found like shrink wrap and wrapped my arm up. So the magic marker like wouldn't wear off. I was hoping like I wouldn't sweat through it. I put like Vaseline on it and like covered it up because I took pictures of it before I did so the tattoo artist would have those. And he just fucking ripped right through it. I thought it was cool. He's like, I never signed one of those before. So I got Rudy's signature tattooed on my Notre Dame tattoo.
So
and
for a guy,
I got a degree from USC.
So for a guy who didn't have a Notre Dame story, I feel like we got a couple.
Yeah. I guess that's the one she was talking about. I mean, there could be more.
That made me knock down my mic, man. All over my camera right there, Jason. That was good shit.
I told you I like to hear myself talk.
Hey, listen, so far I like hearing you talk too, man.
Yeah, heck yeah. Amen.
So what degree did you end up with from USC?
I got a BA in communications, a minor in sports media, and my emphasis is on like marketing and branding.
This dude got a bunch of football degrees without playing football.
Right.
Bro, Rojo used to sit in front of me and set his lineup, and I'd be like, nah, don't do that.
I mean, by my
and he'd
knowledge,
look back and be like, what do you mean? I'm like, nah, you already got too many Cowboys, homie. I know you love Whataburger and shit like that, but In-N-Out is better. Don't pick him up. Like, I used to fuck with him all the time when he was trying to pick his lineup.
You know what's great about that is now you've got Rojo and won't put him in your lineup.
Mm-hmm.
One thing I could say though too is you could use him as a fantasy lineup person if you play IDP because he did knock Marquise Lee into a fire truck. That is a tackle, as far as I'm concerned. That's 2 points in my.
I mean, his NFL career hasn't been the same since.
Right. It hasn't. Maybe he's thinking about that fucking fire truck all the time.
He has PTSD, bro. Every time he hears a siren, he just starts crying.
Man, where is it?
You Vance McDonald, that dude.
Marquise Lee has petitioned the NFL to have no fire trucks in the stadiums.
And you got to keep the ambulance away because that siren's close enough, right?
Who was the player that couldn't have horses? Because was it Joe Hayden? Was deathly afraid of horses?
Oh, I've never heard this.
Dude, there was a safety.
Like something I have to Google.
There was a safety, I want to say, for the Chiefs. It was either for the Chiefs or the Broncos. I want to say it was for the Chiefs. He's like deathly afraid of horses, and like one of their mascots comes in on a horse.
The Broncos, right?
He can't play the Broncos. He can't play the Broncos games in Denver.
Yeah,
it was Eric Berry.
Eric Berry, that's who it was. Yeah.
I'm not going to travel to Denver this week because fuck that.
Well, no. What's great about it is Eric Berry actually played for the Chiefs. And one of their mascots is the guy that rides the fucking horse out to the 50-yard line and throws the spear down. And Eric Berry's fucking deathly afraid of horses.
The Native American.
Look, I understand. Well, listen, I understand. Don't get behind a horse because it will literally kick the fuck out of you. But like, as long as you stay to its face, you're good.
Yeah, just stay away from them, and you're fine.
Give yourself a 15-foot radius, and you're good to go. Right? I mean,
good to go.
Yeah, because that horse is going to come. It's going to be in one direction. You can. I mean, you're a professional athlete. You can cut left or right. You can avoid a horse, Eric Berry.
Come on.
Your job is to normally hit people, but you could probably avoid them when you chose to.
Hit the fucking horse. Quit being a pussy.
Hit the horse. Be a man.
Go hit the fucking horse with your shoulder. You got it?
I forgot to mention Sam Darnold. Dude's got the most giant head I've ever seen.
He does.
He literally
it makes me feel good.
It looks like
Wreck-It Ralph.
No. So when he came in the league, you mentioned the Incredibles earlier. What was the bad guy's name from The Incredibles? Because that's what I called Sam Darnold when he first came into the league.
Yeah, the one that wanted to be like Mr. Incredible's partner, but he was like,
Yeah.
I work alone. Yeah, I forget his name, but yeah, I know who you're talking about. It's like Astro Boy or some dumb shit like that.
That when he grew up and
Rudy
was a
Vine?
bad guy?
Syndrome.
Yeah. That dude's head was huge too. Like they lined up just nice.
That was Sam Darnold for sure. Like if you sat behind him in class, you couldn't see the board. For sure. Oh, this is my favorite story. I was coming home one night and I would walk through the alley and go in the back entrance to our little gated apartment complex. And there's like 4 giant dudes just hovering in the corner in the alley. Well, that looks a little odd, but they also look a little familiar. So I went upstairs, I grabbed what I had to grab, and I come back downstairs and I realized this is the fucking starting offensive line at USC, or at least a portion of the starting linemen of the USC. So I went over, I was like, you guys good? And they were like, nah, man, we need a fucking lighter. I was like, well, okay, here you go. This is what I do. And 3 of them fucking whip out blunts. And they fucking pass my lighter around. So the 5 of us are passing 3 blunts around in the circle. And mind you, I'm 6'2", like a giant dude with a beard. And I was like looking up to all 4 of these guys. Like, looking up to them. The blunts are going around. I got to a point where I couldn't see, I couldn't breathe. And I'm like, look, fellas, I got to go. I got to go to class. Like, I got class. And this is like late afternoon. I had a 6:30 class. And they were like, cool, thanks, man. And they just fucking are sitting there like nothing's bothering them at all. So I go to campus, I go to Starbucks, and I grab a coffee, and I'm walking one way, and I look over, and I see these 4 dudes walking another way. And we fucking make eye contact and just start hysterically laughing. And then we meet up together, and we start walking and talking, and these guys are finally, after killing all these blunts, as stoned as I was, after smoking like half of one blunt. And I'm walking towards like the athletic center, and I realized that all these chartered buses are lined up. These guys are about to get on the fucking team bus, like literally have to check in with the coaches who we walked by, Clay Helton, with a fucking clipboard, like checking off names as they walk past him to get in the bus. And I'm fucking paranoid. I feel like a 13-year-old coming home stoned for the first time, trying to sneak munchies out of the kitchen where the parents know they're high and they know the parents know. And I'm like, what the fuck? And these dudes are like, hey, what's up, coach? Throwing fucking high fives to people, acting like nothing ever happened. It was the most insane thing I ever seen. It was a Friday night, or it was a Thursday night. They were playing, I think, Utah or something on like a Friday night. And they always, at a home game, and they always travel to a hotel and stay in a hotel, even at home games the night before the game. So these guys were fucking high as fuck on the team bus. And I realized that, like, the whole team was probably fucking high as fuck on the bus.
You can beat Utah stoned, man. I feel like.
I feel like it's not much of a challenge.
Like, you might not want to.
They said that it's usually not until like after game 7 or 8 that they start getting worried about getting tested. So for the first half of the season, they all just get super stoned all day, every day.
And I have a feeling like because it's USC, if somebody popped, like they're gonna sweep that shit under the rug. Like the college is gonna take care of it. Like they're not gonna lose their players.
I can tell you players I did not smoke. I will not tell you players I did smoke with. I did not smoke with Zach Banner, even though I always wanted to, because I think that dude's one of the funniest people I've ever met. He's got a Shaq-like comedic personality. He's gonna be fucking awesome. Like 5 years, 10 years, whenever he retires and becomes a media personality, that dude's gonna be amazing.
I'm looking forward to the Shazam remake.
Yeah, he should actually do that. That'd be great.
Hold on, you said the Shazam remake. I thought Shaq remade it. It was already made once with
Sinbad.
Sinbad.
Yes,
Oh, wow.
but nobody knows about it. because that never happened.
I never smoked with guys like Adoree or Juju. Those guys were super clean. All they did was want to play video games. And Sam was too busy banging dirty fucking sorority girls. I never really smoked with him. He was more of a drinker. Those are the only names I will mention.
No, I don't want you to mention who you did. I don't want to get nobody in trouble. I mean, listen, it's not like anybody from the NFL is actually watching this show, but just in case.
I don't want to really go any names, but
I was gonna say for real though, I'm not gonna Brian Hill any names, but I've never ever smoked with anybody in the NFL.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy, bro.
Yeah, he was a Wyoming guy. Like I met him over in Laramie.
And there's only like 8 people in Wyoming, so it was real easy to get a hold of them.
14. There's 14 people there. Okay,
Mike didn't check him into a fire truck though. That's the problem.
No, dude, Brian Hill's a beast. He was way bigger than I was. I couldn't fucking chuck that guy into anything.
Yeah. Marquis
I'd been the one in the fire truck.
Dude, USC's honestly, like, I know they got bullshit scandals going on, but overall, fantastic school. Like,
That's cool, man.
yeah, the professors, like the people there, actually truly do give a shit about the education. I know that the shenanigans with the administration and who gets that in is what it is and all that, but overall, like, the school's fantastic, and I know that the players get a bad rap, and I know this is what I saw every day in class. There was someone who was associated. I don't know if they were like a third party or I don't know how they were assigned this gig, but their job was literally to take a clipboard every day into every class and make sure the athletes were in there. So, like, they did take athlete attendance. Those guys did have to go to like 2 to 3 hours of study time every night. I mean, they have a fucking gnarly schedule. I mean, the water polo players have a gnarly schedule. So, and they win fucking natties, dude. Like, I mean, the programs are crazy, and the school does a really good job of trying to hold everyone accountable. Granted, guys slip through the cracks and fucking whatever. That happens everywhere. But I know the school gets shit on a lot, but they do a fucking great job for those players for sure. That's my promotion for USC. But fuck you, I'm Notre Dame fan. So when we play you on Sunday, fuck you.
So here's what we've got going on right now. First, never getting that Amazon sponsor. Second, James Franco is not coming on the show.
Yeah, his people have already reached out to me.
Third, we were halfway there to the USC sponsorship, but then you had to bring up Notre Dame. Now we're back to ground zero.
I just pumped them up though. I just pumped USC up. Fuck them. They'll sponsor you.
All right. George, do we have any other questions?
I honestly don't believe so. We had some football questions, but we're trying to keep this particular show non-football related, so I answered them off to the side for the most part.
Yeah, I handled the Mixler on that one.
Yeah. So no, I think we're actually good to wrap up. Stunner, do you got any other stories you'd like to share before we sign off, or?
All right. I think what Fallon wanted to talk about was my little. I take these little excursions when I get stoned. I get really, really super high, and like I have trouble sleeping, so I'll go for a walk, even if it's like 3, 4, 5 in the morning. So one morning, I get really high, and I go for a walk, and hey, I think it just started raining. I think that feels great. So I go for a walk, and I see this dude like fucking nodding out on a bench. And he ends up falling and like cracking his head on the ground and splitting his dome open. Mind you, I'm super fucking high. This dude's obviously cracked out on something. Heroin, probably, needle in his arm, some shit. So I like took my sweatshirt off and like wrapped it around his bloody head and like called 911. And I essentially saved this fucking dude's life. He OD'd on heroin, fucking nodded out, knocked the fuck out, split his head open, was gushing blood. if I happen to not be taking a walk at whatever time insomnia decided to fuck with me, I think it was like 5 a.m, this dude probably would have been dead. That was fucking surreal. That was gnarly. But the funnier story that you wanted me to tell, one day I was really high. I was going to get like tacos or some shit. I wanted fish tacos in the afternoon. And some lady almost hit me. I was crossing in the crosswalk and she almost made a left turn, fucking hit me. So I dropped like a Randy Macho Man Savage elbow right on the fucking hood of her car and like dented her shit all up. So I like to take these weird trips when I get super stoned and I can't sleep. And shit like that happens to me literally on a regular basis. I don't always save someone's life. That was the craziest thing that happened probably within the last year. But yeah, that's what they like to hear. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I just got a new drink.
So what are you drinking? I'm curious.
Jack and Coke.
Jack and Coke. Okay.
I'm drinking a Crown and Coke. Dude, I swear to God, you're my spirit animal, Stoner. Welcome to it.
A sloth is my spirit animal. I think everyone knows that. Tomorrow's my oldest son's
spirit animal.
Tomorrow's my oldest son's birthday. Happy birthday, Michael. He'll be 17.
Happy birthday, Michael.
Pretty
Nice.
sure he's not watching, but he's getting an upgraded set of AirPods. He's getting a new pair.
Is he the one that created a Twitter that keeps dropping your ass on shit? Like, that's awesome. Yeah, I follow him on Twitter. That's funny.
You follow
always
Lil Stoner? Lil Stoner too?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, for sure, dude. Anybody with the name Stoner in it, I'm on board. I got you.
I do have to ask you though, because you said he's getting a new set of AirPods, and then you showed off the ones you're wearing. You're not giving him your AirPods, are you?
No, hell no. No, his are still wrapped in plastic, ready to be wrapped up.
Dad, these are great, but what's with the yellow shit all over them?
Yeah, and even if I did, I'd buy him some of those new little fucking nuggies, right, or whatever they're called. I just call them nuggies. That's a weird name for them. I don't know why I call them that.
It fits.
They're like ear nuggies. Yeah, he's getting that. He's getting dope shit. He's getting a black and red Kittle too. He's getting a black and red Kittle jersey.
So I don't know if you've seen this one from Bob. It says, I don't know if I can add Stoner as a running mate.
Why not?
Right.
I'm old enough. I was born here. Well, then dude. Okay, then I even it out, right? I mean, at the end of the day, it seems perfect, if you ask me. Fuck Bob, I'm going to run for president.
So I do want to say, first off, I do want to say thank you for joining the George Kittle League that we have going on. You joined one of our charity leagues that's being ran by John Chapman.
I think I'm 3-2. I think.
So you're in it.
I'm really interested in winning that. Yeah, I'd really love that George Kittle ball. Hey, you want to hear another cool story? I got another cool story. So I work for a digital marketing company. This is what I do. I just fucking think of random shit at random times. So I work for a digital marketing company. One of my clients is Sarah Selleck. You might remember or be familiar with the last name Selleck. Her husband is Garrett Selleck, who last year retired from the 49ers.
Right.
So I get to chat with Sarah Selleck like once a week. As a Niner fan, I'm kind of a homer. So like it's cool when she tells stories about George. Like I'm like, damn, you get to call him George. I'm so jealous. She gets to call him George. I literally said to her one day, middle of a work call, I'm like, I gotta ask you, Sarah, what's it like to call him George? I totally fanboyed out in the middle of fucking work, dude. She just started laughing. She thought it was the funniest shit ever. She said he's literally the nicest dude, like fucking full of heart, always awesome. So
it seems like it.
Yeah, I'm building that relationship with Sarah so I can try to get that fucking connection.
So you can call him George.
Bro, I literally just want to be like, hey, what's up, George?
What's up, George? What are you doing?
What?
You just got to be careful. Don't do that the first time, right?
No, yeah. He commented on a thread of mine, It wasn't a post of mine. And then someone, like I mentioned George Kittle, and then someone like commented that, you know, he was going to get a torn hamstring. Mark it up. Like, was like predicting an injury for Kittle, which, I mean, that's a dick thing to do for anyone.
Right.
And then Kittle commented on his fucking predicting the injury. And that was weird for me because I didn't tag George Kittle in the post. I don't even know if I put his name in it. I think it was just a GIF. So that was weird. I think he follows me. I think he's got a burner account. That's how I sleep at night.
I think Dan Marino's got a burner account and he follows me too.
Yeah.
I'm realistic. My wife doesn't even follow me.
Damn.
Right.
I do got some dag. T.O. follows me. He's one of my dudes.
This
he was
crazy ass lady that lives like 4 apartments away follows me, but that's about the only.
Oh, so
wait, time out. Is she hot? Is she hot? Because you said crazy.
Nah.
I love
mean,
crazy.
I mean, in a pinch, you know what I'm saying, but not like, you know what I'm. No.
So
Crazy
I got,
is like a top 2 or 3 personality trait for me.
Right. But
I stay away from crazy. I'm sorry.
Nah, I run fast towards that shit, and I don't run.
You do.
No,
You just
not
fake
me.
name it. You fake name crazy. You fake name and you fake address crazy, but you take advantage of crazy. Gosh dang it! Every time you get.
No, I stay away from crazy.
Yeah.
Those are the chicks that end up knocking on your door at 2:00 in the morning, like 3 weeks later, out of the blue. Like, no, I want nothing to do with that.
Not if you're Hank Percy and you live in Orlando.
Hank Percy.
Mitchell Trubisky, and you met me at a Motel 6. Sorry.
Exactly.
It's
I'm
true,
Ron.
good.
I'm Ron Mexico.
Ron Mexico.
So
I'm Sam
From-
Darnold,
from
and you gave
Atlanta.
me mono.
so talking about Twitter followers, I think I got a problem because like out of the blue, my 14-year-old daughter came out and was like talking about some shit I had posted on Twitter, like in a roundabout way. Like she's not like she followed me but didn't want me to know she was and she's just asking me questions about something I posted, and but not like, hey, you posted this, but like, hey, Dad, what is this? And it's like, oh shit.
Did you need to scrub through your followers?
I went through about 2 years running my account where my wife didn't want me to let the kid, especially, didn't want the kids to know about the brand or anything like that. And I got it. It was fine. But I also said, look, he's not fucking stupid, right? Like, the apartment we live in is not very big. So when you and I are fucking ripping this bowl in the fucking bedroom, if you think he doesn't smell it, you're a fucking idiot.
Yep.
Like, maybe we should be proactive about this. And she just didn't want to hear it. So as soon as she started turning into a cunt recently, I revealed to him that, your dad has an alter ego, but it's really just, I guess, my ego. It's really just me. I was like, I have a Twitter brand, and, you should know this is who I am. This is what I do. And he thought it was dope. He's like, dude, I didn't think you were this cool. Like, he thinks I'm cool. It's like, why?
That's a win, though. That's a win.
Yeah. Why do this many people follow you? Like, why do these people want you to be on their videos? And I'm like, that's a fucking great question, man. You just got to watch. Like, and he's just like, dude, my dad's the coolest. Like, yeah, he thinks I'm the dope shit right now. Like, he loves it.
That's cool, man. Well, I can't argue with that, man. You've been a great guest. It's been a great time, man. Fucking way had a good time tonight.
I appreciate it. I'm sorry that I like to bogart all the speaking time.
You don't.
No,
You shouldn't be, man.
absolutely.
That's why we brought you on. That's
Yeah.
exactly why we brought you on. Do you think
If you
people
don't think I knew what I was getting in, oh, sorry. Go ahead, Mike. Go ahead, Mike.
No, I said, do you think people want to listen to us talk? Like, fuck no. Like, you want to keep going because that gets us followers.
I don't know why people want to listen to me fucking talk, to be honest.
You got good stories, to be honest.
Hell
Listen,
yeah.
Listen, all I know is I got a break tonight. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome, man. I do what I can.
It says we've got one viewer. LOL.
What?
We got a little bit more than that.
Fuck
Tribeca.
you, whoever said that.
Listen, just so there you go. Call him out. Call him out on the show.
Bitch. We don't want you to watch.
Thanks for being our viewer, though, Tribeca. We love you.
All the rest of them are on the other platforms that you can't afford, Tribeca.
Tribeca meant. So they meant we gained one, so they'll be watching every week. We appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Well, I apologize. I
two
apologize
things.
for calling you broke and saying fuck you.
Two things.
Oh,
One,
Descender.
you guys
Love it.
got to be a little more careful. And two, Tribeca, you need to fucking figure out how to say shit so everybody knows what you mean. Be a little more clear. Tribeca, you get
got
beat up a lot.
280 characters. Use them all, dude. Come on.
I think Tribeca gets beat up a lot.
No.
I'm not going to say that. Come on.
Yeah, well,
Maybe.
No. You just lost one listener on here.
I mean, all I got to say is, walk in and be like, have a good day. Like, just sounds totally dickish, but he's really meaning have a good day. He just doesn't know how to put it out there.
Right.
Somebody's had too much Jack and Coke.
Too much
Ooh.
Crown and Coke for me, buddy. I'm with you.
I'm just getting started.
Yeah, actually, me too. I hate to say it, Tribeca. You want to catch up here in about 2 hours? Let's see what's up. We'll get some parties going.
It's only 7:22 here.
We'll show you what too much Crown and Coke looks like.
I actually want to stay on here for a few more hours just so I can see Mike tore up.
Hey, we're getting there, buddy. We're getting there in a goddamn hurry.
Why don't
You
we
said
just come back to it?
Stoner was joining me. I started early, man. I'm like, dude, I like this.
StreamYard after dark, baby. Let's go.
StreamYard after dark. That's it.
I'm already in bed.
Dude, I got these fucking cups right here, right? Like, check this shit out. Like, I put this cup down, and this cup has, like, it kind of wiggles. Like it's got a little round thing on the bottom. And I want to know who the fuck makes a cup that does that. Is there any reason or anything that you guys can think of off the top of your head why a person would invent a cup that can do this?
That's
fuck
not
with
what I
stoners.
do.
Yeah, because when you're drunk as fuck, you probably knock into your cup all the time anyway. So why not make it like one of those, like a Weeble Wobble?
It weebles and it wobbles and it don't fall down, dude. That's what I was just thinking. Yes, I'm telling you, you're my spirit animal, Fantasy Stoner.
That's the only viable reason that you'd have.
I think that
bottom on the
that is a good reason for me. I'm good with that.
These are the questions I like on an AMA for future reference for our one listener. For our one listener on Mixer.
Right.
These are the questions I like.
Fucking Tribeca.
Rebecca, tune in next week, though.
Sadly, we won't be able to comprehend their fucking questions when they type it.
Stoner, I'm gonna have to hire you. Go check that dude into a fire. Yeah.
Boom, fire
there's,
truck.
there's a couple
Fire
things,
truck.
right? If I'm walking down the street or the sidewalk, I have a thing about people on bikes, especially here in Orange County. People love riding their bicycles, right? And there are fucking people that ring their little bell, ring, 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 when they're riding up to you to kind of let you know that they're coming. Ooh, man, I fucking hate that. Like, look, bitch, you got a bike lane that I got a shared road with you when I'm driving. Don't ring your goddamn bell at me when I'm a fucking pedestrian. And then you get mad and give me dirty looks because I got my earbuds in and I'm cranking some dank music and I don't move out of your way. So if someone's coming in a bike and or on a skateboard on a sidewalk and they decide they don't want to move out of my way, I'll fucking drop a shoulder on somebody real hard. Like, I will actively drop someone into a fucking set of bushes. I'll knock you off your bike or your skateboard. Like, I'll be cool if you're cool, but my sidewalk is my sidewalk. What can you tell me what a DBCB is?
I knew it right away, dude.
So did I. I know exactly what it was.
I'm like a double bacon cheeseburger for a cop. Like that's what came up in my head right away.
Yeah, is that a double bacon cheeseburger? Is that what
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is.
Absolutely.
I got a couple questions here for you, son. I need to get answers on.
You can
Pineapple.
talk whatever you want. Yeah, let's go.
Yes or no?
No, should not.
We
Never on a pizza.
Never on a pizza.
Now you're my spirit animal.
Oh, hold on, Jason.
It's a-
That may change.
Look, it's a fruit, man. It's a fruit, bro. It's fruit.
So is tomato.
I mean, here's the
Okay.
thing.
I don't put tomato on
Mike-
pizza. I use it to make sauce with fucking sugar and shit. But what?
So hold on now, because Mike said anything
Ripping?
fruity's good when you're high. So is
No,
pineapple
I-
pizza good when you're high?
Look, here's the thing. You're asking whether it tastes good.
So
That's a different question than whether it belongs on pizza,
Well,
right?
aren't they one and the
Does it
same? Like, if
compli-
it tastes good, doesn't it belong on it?
No. I don't think fucking anything with like fucking meat and cheese and fucking sauce, that is pizza for me, right?
He
I want
just took
slices.
this fucking
I want
question
slices.
next
I want
level,
slices
man.
I can fold. That's pizza for me.
He's like, it's okay to
So,
be on there, but does it
to
fucking
to
belong?
ask someone does it belong is different than to ask does it taste good. Does it
Yeah.
taste good? I think ham and pineapple is a very complimentary flavor, obviously, because we put pineapple on our fucking ham when we cook a ham in the oven. So of course it's gonna taste good on a pizza because pizza tastes good. Even if your pizza tastes like shit, it's still pizza. It tastes good. Does it belong on a pizza? Fuck no. You Hawaiian bastards who brought that shit to us. Thank you, but no
I
thank
feel like
you.
you just won this argument, George. I don't
No.
think you have a fucking leg to stand on.
I have
George,
2
I
legs.
was on your team. George, I was on your team until 30 fucking seconds ago, buddy. Like, I don't have an argument for our side anymore. I have to join theirs.
I'm going
That-
to order you a pineapple
Win,
pizza,
dude.
Mike, and you'll be back on my side.
This is, you
I'm
know what?
telling you, yo, it's good.
I eat
Like, it's
pineapple
not,
pizza all the time. I eat pineapple pizza 3 times a month at least.
honestly,
But he's got a
my
fucking
ex-wife
point.
used
Does
to
it
order
belong?
that shit, and I fucking
No.
hated it. She used to
It
order
does
and
not
I hated
belong.
and I would sneak into the kitchen and have a fucking slice of it because it is good.
It's
because
delicious,
it is. Yeah, like it's not
delicious.
good, right?
but it does not belong. You
It
win.
does.
I can't argue with that, dude.
Here's the
Wow.
next here's the
I've
next
got-
one that Jason and I always ask. Die Hard. Is it a Christmas movie?
yes, absolutely. Best
Thank you.
Christmas movie ever made.
Yep.
100%. Yippee-ki-yay, motherfuckers. Whoever says
Yeah.
it's not, eat a bag of dicks, bro. Yeah,
So-
fuck
At the
that.
very end, he delivers presents to all the kids. Do you not watch
Yeah.
the whole movie?
He came to the state of California to be with his family for the holidays.
Right.
Christmas movie.
So here's
Tommy
something funny.
Plaza. Hell yeah.
When Jason and I were doing our Break from the Grind podcast, and we'd have people on almost every week. We'd ask that question. You'd be shocked at how many people would say, no, Die Hard's not a Christmas movie, and no, pineapple doesn't belong on pizza, or yes, pineapple belongs on pizza and Die Hard is a Christmas movie. But the say one is like Die Hard's not a Christmas movie, but pineapple does belong on pizza, or vice versa, is in the absolute minority.
Yeah, I am a very rare breed. And let me tell you, I can also I understand that people want to say it's not a Christmas movie, but I think that the country, we've become so, let's just say, binary, right? Or we want to put something in a box, and it has to be in this box, and if it's in this category, it can't be in another category. So why can't it be a Christmas movie and an action movie, right? Like it doesn't have to just be one. We can consider it in multiple categories. I just think people are like, no, it's action and not this, but why can't it be both?
Yeah, I mean, you have action romance movies, right?
Right. You have rom-coms.
Yep. Nope. So
I mean,
we'll agree. We
it's
agree.
a Christmas movie, and I'll always be in the minority because I'm weird as fuck. And I love that.
So, those were just a couple questions I personally wanted to throw in. I'm going to start asking everybody every week that we have on the show those two specific questions, just because they're highly debated.
Are there any other questions that are like that, like over the history? I don't want to say over the history of time. That's fucking ridiculous. But I mean, questions like that are heavily argued over fucking, at certain times on Twitter.
Those are the only two I can
future
think
reference. Of. Yeah, we should consider those for future. Those are great questions. Who was that? What was that?
Is a hot dog a sandwich?
No, man.
No, it's a hot dog.
I would say.
I mean, for me, go ahead.
I would say yes.
Why?
You got bread with meat, and it's folded over like a sandwich. It's just like saying a sub is not a sandwich. Well, is a sub a sandwich? It's on a roll.
Here's the thing. I think a sandwich can be on a roll, but something on a roll doesn't necessarily make it a sandwich.
Obviously.
Yeah, I mean,
it's got all the makings of a sandwich.
Is the cheesesteak a sandwich?
I would say it is.
It is.
All right. Okay, that's fine. A hoagie, also a sandwich.
Yep.
You guys do hoagies there? Is that what they call them?
Yeah, hoagies, sub, same thing. Yeah.
I just want to make sure. I'm from Jersey. We call them hoagies, baby. You guys, hold on. Do you guys have Wawa there?
Yeah, we do.
My girlfriend.
Oh, fuck. I just came. Oh, God.
But you know what your problem is? Wawa's good, but if you haven't had a pub
if you
sub,
say
you
something bad about Wawa, I'll fucking fight
No, I love Wawa, but if you haven't had a Publix chicken tender sub, you don't know what you've missed.
Pub subs for the win, dude.
Dude, I'll tell you, my dinner
I've
tonight.
never had a Publix sub.
My dinner tonight was a Publix sub, and it's their seasonal one that has turkey, smoked Gruyere, bacon, cranberry sauce, and mayo.
Maybe you should consider that's the reason you've been in bed since fucking 9 a.m. or 9 p.m.
Hey, I'm all about that life. That is exact. If I could eat a Publix sub every night,
you've been leaning on your right side. I bet your right arm is falling asleep right now.
Well, I need. That's called the stranger. I'm saving that for later. I'm saving that for later.
Oh, perfect.
The longer you talk, the better it gets.
I'm glad we could be of service.
Bob wants to know, keep trade cut, waffles, French toast, pancakes.
I'm gonna cut waffles.
Yep. Amen to that.
I'm gonna trade pancakes, unless they're full of chocolate chips, in which case I'm gonna keep them. But I'm going to keep French toast because French toast is just ideal for me.
I like stuffed French toast. I think that is the best. So I'll definitely keep the French toast as well. I'll trade the pancakes. Pancakes are a little bit more versatile, but that's okay. I can get rid of them.
Yeah, I think they have more value. That's why you trade them.
Correct. Bob also says he can confirm Publix chicken finger subs are amazing.
No, dude, pub subs for the win. But if you can't get a pub sub, Wawa is a good substitution, man. I had a Cuban from Wawa just like 2 days ago that, buddy, like, goddamn, that thing was good.
Thank you. You want to come say hi?
Hello.
Howdy.
Hi.
Hi.
My homie right there. She keeps bringing me Jack and Coke, so.
Hey,
you're up to about $200 right now.
No, she only charges me for like 1 out of 3. So
nice.
Yeah, I'm a regular here, and everyone she charges me is still a happy hour price. So I always
nice.
So
pay
all
less
right, well,
than I should.
we're gonna go ahead and close this episode out. Stoner, again, absolutely appreciate you coming on. It was a hell of a time.
Thank you.
Why don't you go ahead real quick, plug yourself to everybody where they can find you if they don't already know.
At Fantasy FB Stoner on Twitter and Instagram. Obviously, follow the homies at the Undroppables. We're doing crazy shit. We got connection with Monkey Knife Fight. Use the code UND. You get 100% match up to $50. We do some shit with Viridian Global where we got shirts and stuff going on. Our Sucks to Suck shirt is fucking banging. We're just all over the place, man. You know who we are. At the Undroppables, at Fantasy FB Stoner, and Bob. I don't know, man. Make sure Bob sends me his fucking handle so I can follow him and he stops complaining about it.
Bob did bring up a very good point here. The key to no mask is don't stop drinking.
Yeah, you gotta come back to another AMA, but that's already being requested right away. So
yeah,
you gotta
I can
come
do
back
that.
time.
So all right, we'll go ahead.
Just let me know what.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, appreciate you coming on. We're gonna go ahead and close this out. You can follow all of us at the Slipperwire Show. You can follow me at BFTG Pod. Jason's at BFT Jason. Mike is at Dirty Jobs 21. And with that, everybody have a good night.
Shout out Mini Mall. Love seeing you
Mini
out there.
Mall. Yep.
Tribeca, you're pretty cool.
Yeah, I love Tribeca too. Tribeca, my homie.